everyone, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the next video in my The Glass Witch Celebration video blitz series. I told you guys a couple weeks ago I was thinking about filming an Easter egg video and you guys seemed really excited about this one, so I'm here to do it for you. So this will just be a short little fun video where I talk about some of the Glass Witch Easter eggs or just little fun tidbits that maybe you wouldn't know like off reading on surface value, but that, you know, once I tell you, it gives new texture. I don't want to give too much away because a lot of these fun little tidbits are what's going to be going in the annotated copy that I'm giving away during my live show, October 17th, here to celebrate my launch of The Glass Witch, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Be there, be square. Okay, let's just dive right into it. One of the first little fun things that I did in The Glass Witch, which I've hinted at before, is that some of the characters' names are anagrams for other things. And I'm not gonna tell you what those other things are just in case you figure it out. I don't want to spoil the book for you. But I had a lot of fun making some names and some anagrams just for myself. Literally no one else would get it unless I told you. It's just very self-indulgent and it was just very fun for me. So I had fun, yeah, putting in some little riddles and some mysteries in The Glass Witch. Speaking of names, one little thing that I did, this character right here, this is Fatima. Her name's Fatima Zahir, and she is named after two people that I like very much. One of my good friends, her middle name is Fatima and her mother's maiden name is Fatima. So I was like, well, naturally, that's what her name is gonna be. And then for her last name, Tahir, I don't know if you know this, but like I'm a big Saba Tahir fan. And I was talking to my friend and she was like, well, you know, Saba's Pakistani too, just like me, just like Fatima in your book. And I was like, no way, we're naming her, we're giving her the name Tahir. So Fatima Tahir. That is the background of her name. Ooh, another little fun thing I do. Okay, again, this is so self-indulgent, but the past few books that I've written, I always put little Easter eggs of previously written novels into them. So my first book that I tried to query, my YA dark fantasy When the Sea Came for Us, I put the main character in here, and no one will know. Literally just me and maybe my critique partners will know. And in fact, one of my critique partners, when she was critique reading this, she was like, oh my gosh, is that Miera from When the Sea Came for Us? And I was like, you got it. So there's just a little callback to my first book, my beautiful baby fantasy that died in the query trenches. Still love her deeply, and she lives on through The Glass Witch. And funny enough, you might see some of the characters from The Glass Witch in my 2023 novel. Just saying. The town that the story takes place in is called Cranberry Hollow, and it is 100% a play on Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. I was a huge Gilmore Girl fan growing up, and I just wanted to live in the town. Like, who is a Gilmore Girl fan that doesn't want to also live in the town? It's just like a small New England sleepy town with a ton of small businesses and cute little like awning shops, and they're very like vigorous about holidays, and it's like if you live there you will be celebrating the holidays, and I just love that so much. And I really wanted to set my book in a town very similar, where everyone was kind of in each other's business, but at the same time you're a community and you come together and you celebrate things. So I was like, yep, Cranberry Hollow. It's basically Stars Hollow, but magical. In the book, Addie's grandma, Be Good, runs a magical rabbit sanctuary. So she takes in strays of all kinds, especially disabled rabbits or rabbits that are unable to find homes for whatever reason, and she gives them home in her little witchy cottage and makes a warren with them all. The idea is kind of based off of just my love of bunnies and rabbits in general. As you can tell, like, we've got Rosie on the cover. She's a New England white, and she had a hard time getting adopted because she has red eyes, and a lot of people don't like red-eyed bunnies. But Be Good didn't feel that way. She felt like the color was a beautiful shade of rose. But all of this, the rabbit sanctuary, the red-eyed New Zealand white, the disabled bunnies, all of that was kind of inspired by all of the years spent volunteering in my local animal shelter and Dayton Humane Society, and a little sector of it called the Bunny Brigade, where we specifically dealt with rabbits and trying to find them homes. Speaking of bunnies, if you're gonna be in the Columbus area on October 22nd, come see me at the Midwest Bun Fest. I will have a table from 10 to 4 where I'll be selling books, signing, hanging out, chatting. Me and Begonia, my pet bunny, we will be there. So come say hi to us if you'll be around. It's a great organization and all of the funds go to the Ohio House Rabbit Society. So hey, hey. In the story, there is a small town diner that we visit a few times, and it is called the Dig Inn Diner. And I was struggling so hard to find a name for it. And I just asked my husband, I was like, what should I name this diner? Like, if you had a diner in a small town, what would you name it? And he was like, the Dig Inn Diner. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. I wish I could find a picture, but if I can't, just imagine it in your mind's eye. But the outfit that Addie is wearing on the cover and pretty much throughout the entirety of the story is the outfit that I wore from probably ages 10 to 14, and I don't even know if I took it off. I just wore my blue soccer hoodie and these raggedy pair of jeans that had the embroidered red roses going up the sides. I wore that every day of my life. So I was like, well, Addie's probably the same as me in that situation, so she's wearing the same thing. The only thing is, and we couldn't put it on the cover, Addie's sweatshirt actually has a picture of Gordon Ramsay's face on it. She's a baker and a cook, so she has his face, and he's yelling and he's angry and puffed up in red, and it says that quote that's like, "Are you an idiot sandwich?" It's in the book. You'll read it, you'll get it. But for obvious reasons, we couldn't put that on the cover. So at the very end, there is this old lady character called Edith Gert. She is the oldest resident of Cranberry Hollow, and she's very what I like to call kerfunkly. Like, she's just this old crotchety lady who is the main judge in the Halloween pageant, and she's been judging it for like 90 years. She's actually from a story that I've written before. It was years ago, I did a read-through, an interpretive read-through of this short story that I wrote when I was a teenager or in middle school or something. I was a child when I wrote it, and it's it's bad, but it's really funny. So I'll link that video down below if you want to check it out. But Edith Gert was the main character, and it is a story about her trying to escape from her nursing home and all of the escapades that she gets into. And I loved that character so much that I put her in The Glass Witch. She reminds me a lot of my mama, who was very spunky despite her age. So those are all of the Easter eggs that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys today. Let me know what you thought of them down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would pre-order The Glass Witch, I have links down below as always, and give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Edith cracked open one of her eyes, glancing left to right in a shifty manner. Deciding the coast was clear, she shifted her weight slowly back and forward, and then in parentheses I put, with much grunting and cracking of joints, until she had scooted to the edge of her seat. Reaching over to the wall where she propped up her handy walker, Mrs. Gert grabbed her means of transportation and began to shuffle down the hall with a sneer. "Ha! Young whippersnappers!" cackled Edith, chomping down on her dentures. "They'll never catch me this time. I'm blowing this popsicle stand."